Hi everyone, it's Jolly here with CrackedGaming. Today I'm bringing you my Syndicate guide for TFT patch 11.24. So Syndicate's got a nice buff. We also had like some items getting really nice buffs, and more importantly, we had some champions get nerfed. And this is kind of what has brought Syndicates up a tier in this patch. I've been running it. It's actually really good. Every time I've been able to build it, I've been able to win. And you could use this to get all the way to high elo. It'll get you pretty far. It does lose some matchups, like with anything with CC, because you have a part assassins, right? So your assassins get CC'd, they definitely can't do much. But overall, they have so much damage that it's worth playing. Okay, so kind of your core for this build is Shaco is your main carry, so you want to get him to level 3, right? You want to 3-star him as soon as possible. So the plan is to, okay, build your syndicates, build your assassins, get to level 7, save all your gold for level 7. At level 7 reroll, try to get as many Shacos as possible. And once you get to level 7, you're pretty much good to carry all the way through. Darius is really strong early game. You get Braum early, is just really powerful. He's really tanky. But your main syndicates are your Zyra, your Darius, your Braum, your Akali, and your Shaco. And you could team that up with a couple of assassins. So you could have Echo in there, you could have Talon. If you want, you could also add Katarina in here. It's really up to you when it comes to those. I found myself sometimes using Katarina. Sometimes if I get my level 1 Twitch, that helps a lot too, because he's also partly assassin, so that helps too. Just anything on here is just really helpful. Yuumi just complements any team, so just having Yuumi with the Akali partnered up with the CC and the damage is great. Blue buff got a buff, so that's really good on Akali right now. So with Shaco, you want to build your Infinity Edge, you want to build your Last Whisper, your Runon's Hurricane. For Akali, you want to build your Infinity Edge, your Hextech Gunblade, and your blue buff. Echo, you could go Morelos, right? These are all good. Sometimes if you want to, you could build Braum tanky, so you could give him a Dragon Claw, you could give him a Bramble, and you could give him Wormhogs. So those are really good items on Braum. They're not required because you're mostly focused on items for your carries. But sometimes I do find myself needing a tank, so having that on Braum is really good. So you could do that. There are times where you could also get some emblems, right, for your assassins or for your syndicates. So the way you want to do that is, if you get an assassin emblem, you want to put that either on Darius or on Zyra, but most likely it's going to be your Darius. You don't want it on anyone else. If you get your syndicate, your syndicate emblem, you could put that on different champs. You could, if you want to, you could put it on Echo for just the extra armor, because what the syndicates do is that once you get 5 syndicates, all your syndicates get armor, they get magic resist, they get omnivamp, and you heal. Right? If you get level 5, if you somehow get to level 7, say you have a Twisted Faith on here. You have a Twisted Faith, you have a Zyra. You already have 7, you could get up to 7 syndicates. 4, 8, 9. Level 9, so there's 7 syndicates. Right, having all of this now, it allows for your whole team to get the effects of the armor, the magic resist, the omni ramp, and all of that is increased by 33%. Sometimes you don't have that, you don't need that, but it helps your assassins, right? If you don't want to build 7 syndicates, you could definitely build more assassins, like I said. So you take out the syndicate portion in there, you give them the assassins. Get rid of Twisted Faith. You could put in someone like Katarina. Right, Katarina in there. So now you have 6 assassins, which is great. You get 50% crit chance and crit damage. Right, so that's really good. So you could either max out Assassin, you can max out Syndicate. If you don't want either one of those, that's totally fine. You don't have to do that. You could go with Yuumi. Yumi's really good in this team comp. So you don't need Yuumi, but if you fit her in there, she helps. If you put Katarina in there, you also get the extra Academy buff for Katarina and Yuumi. So that's really good. So usually early game, what I find myself doing is I'm going to move some of these apart. But usually I start off with Darius, Twisted Faith. Twisted Faith is usually in here in the beginning. So you have Twisted Faith. You sometimes have Zyra in the beginning and a Katarina. So you just start off with those and you slowly build. You go first for the assassins. It's easier to get 2 assassins in the beginning than it is to get 3 syndicates. Sometimes you get lucky and you get Shaco, depending on like the emblems and your roles. But most likely you're gonna start with these 4 if these 5 at first. So Talon, Katarina, Twisted Fate, Zyra, Darius. Those are the ones you're most likely to encounter. If you get lucky with Shaco and Echo, then that will determine your path. Whether you go 4 assassins first, or if you go 3 syndicate first. But eventually you want to find your Braum. Your Braum is really good. And then your Yumi at the end. And that's kind of just how you build your team comp for syndicates. Just the tankiness on these guys is really good. The assassins just do so much damage. You know, you get bodyguard because of Darius and Braum, so you get that extra armor and the shield. Sometimes I've had moments where I actually got 2 extra bodyguards. So that looks like having this emblem on, I believe I put it on Echo and like another assassin. And the reason for that is that now, because I have 4 bodyguards, you also get this buff. You get 200 armor and 300 shield, which is really good on your assassins. But yeah, this is kind of like how I build it. But this doesn't, like, the bodyguard emblems don't happen that often, and if they do, it's helpful because you do have bodyguards. You have Darius, you have Braum. Both of them have that. But in general, this is kind of how you build it for a. So I have too many here, right? So that's why it's either you have another assassin or you have another syndicate, but you don't really have both. You can max out syndicate and assassin unless you get really lucky and you get like an assassin trade and then you get like 2 syndicates or something. But overall, this is kind of you want to build. You want to max out your Shaco, max out your Akali, give them the carry items, build tanky on Braum. Right, but hopefully you find this video helpful. If you would like to comment team comp you want us to go over, just let us know. Comment in the comment section down below. But yes, thank you and have a good one. Peace.